Chief guest Dr. Frank Islam, Ms. Debbie Reisman, Honorable Vice Chancellor. We welcome you all today here, and it really is a great pleasure and honor to be here at the inauguration of the Frank and Debbie Islam Entrepreneurial Center, a celebration of invention and innovation. Now, Dr. Islam is an entrepreneur, a philanthropist, a civic leader, a writer, thinker, and of course an Algerian. Dr. Islam has a special commitment to artistic, civic, and educational causes. He is guided by the rare virtues of hard work, focus, quality, innovation, kindness, and a very genuine desire to do as much as he can. Above all this, he is a fine human being. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming our very dear friend, Dr. Frank Islam, and a very fine human being to the department here. Thank you.
So when my wife and I was there about 3 years ago, so we just had the stone done. There was nothing else with dirt floor. Now it really looks pretty good. So somebody mentioned that constructing can begin. So it did begin now. So I'm grateful to you for your warm welcome, and thank you for your hospitality. And thank you, Ali, for that kind introduction. Mr. Vice Chancellor, thank you for being here. Thank you for your service, and thank you for all you do to make a positive and profound difference in people's lives. Your service is important. So let's give a big round of applause to the Vice Chancellor. I also like to thank the Vice Chancellor of Pune University, Rajesh Singh, and my friend Tarun Basu being here. Thank you for being here, and thank you for joining us. And I also have members of my family here. They all came here to check this place out, as we say that in the United States. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Talib and also Javed Akhtar. Javed Akhtar, good to see you. Thank you for coming here as well. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank Professor Talib and his team who has worked so diligently to make this center happen. Pervez is the heart and the soul of this center. Give him a big round of applause. He has been and continues to be the guiding light. And he sends me email and WhatsApps all the time when I'm back in the States. So thank you for being so good at answering my emails. My special thanks to Ali Rizvi for his effort, his constant guidance. My deep appreciation to Dean Ansari for his leadership and for ensuring that today's AMU students are empowered to take on transformative tasks. My thanks to you, students, for using that empowerment to advance your own careers and to take actions on behalf of others to help them become empowered themselves. It's a very special moment for my wife, Debbie, and me to be with you today to the inaugurations of the Entrepreneurship Center bearing our name in this management complex, which is also named after us. It's hard to believe how much has happened and the progress that has been made in this complex since we laid the foundation stone for it in 2016 and participated in its dedication ceremony in 2017. Opening this Entrepreneurship Center is necessary next step to ensure that this complex serves its true purpose and achieves its full potential. As I've said in the dedication ceremony of the complex, while the bricks and mortars are important, far more significant is who will be in it, what will go on this setting. It will be a place for sharing of information and the imparting and development of knowledge. It will be space where the faculty and students can collaborate on innovative projects. It will be an educational empowerment zone. Entrepreneurial leadership converts empowerment into action. That is why the Frank and Debbie Islam Entrepreneurship and Innovation Center will be such a pivotal part of this complex. The center will be placed for collaboration. The center will be placed for promoting 3 I's of successful entrepreneurship: ideas, innovations, and implementation. The center will be placed for cultivating entrepreneurial leaders. As I explained when we were here in 2016, our overriding motivation in supporting the management complex is because of the emphasis it will place on preparing the students at Aligarh Muslim University to become entrepreneurial leaders who will engage in activity that will create jobs, build prosperity, and opportunities for thousands of people throughout India and in other parts of the world. Entrepreneurial leadership is the key to the future of this center. And that's what I want to talk to you about here today. Especially, I will address the concept of the entrepreneurial leader, the journey to become an entrepreneurial leader, to development of the skills and disposition to be an entrepreneurial leader. Let me begin by defining entrepreneurs. We talk about it all the time, so let me define it. There are various definitions. The one that appeals the most to me is the entrepreneur is a person who organizes and manages any enterprise, especially a business, usually with considerable initiative and risk. I like that definition because it emphasizes any enterprise and extends the definition beyond just the business owner. A person can be entrepreneur in any type of organization as long as he or she is willing to step up the plate and take a leadership role to shape the direction of the enterprise or the portion which he or she controls. In that regard, let me share one other definition that applies. That definition is of the entrepreneurship. It was provided by Professor Howard Stevenson of the Harvard Business School almost 40 years ago. Professor Stevenson said, entrepreneurship is the pursuit of opportunity without regard to resources currently controlled. In other words, the entrepreneurs are not constrained in their thinking. So, let me combine these two definitions into my own definition of entrepreneurial leader. Entrepreneurial leaders are the dreamers who dare. They are a seeker who seize the moment and take calculated risks to create the enterprise and job of the future. They see opportunities where others see problems and challenges. Take it one step further. Entrepreneurial leaders see the pursuit of possibilities as doing the right thing. As the old American saying, managers do things right, leaders do the right thing. There's an old saying which says that entrepreneurs are born, not made. Take it from me and from my journey. Contrary to the old saying, the truth is that leaders and entrepreneurs are made and not born. No one comes to the womb a leader or entrepreneur. You may be born more or less advantaged or disadvantaged socially and economically, but to celebrate and to become and be respected as an entrepreneur, you must do it the old-fashioned way. You must earn it by doing the right things. Working within that construct, in my opinion, the entrepreneurial leader is a person who recognizes that becoming an entrepreneurial leader is a journey and who invests the time to make that journey in a meaningful and thoughtful manner without taking the shortcuts along the way. Let me describe my own journey as an example. Many years ago, I was sitting in a classroom here at Aligarh Muslim University. I was preparing for my journey, but was not exactly sure where it would take me or what would be required to succeed. As it evolved and progressed, my journey consisted of 6 phases: getting a good education, doing my apprenticeship, becoming an entrepreneur, building a strong and talented management team who shared my vision and values, staying the course, and broadening my horizon. When I graduated from University of Colorado with my advanced degree, I was not prepared to go directly to owning a business. That's because I did not know how business operated. I had no real experience or exposure to business prior to starting college. So I needed the experience. So I worked with the 2 major information technology companies in the Washington, D.C. area for about a decade to learn the ropes and ins and outs of doing business with the government. So that gave me the skills and real-world grounding that I needed to start my own business. So here's my journey. After doing my apprenticeship in 1994, we mortgaged our house to buy a company called QSS Group Incorporated for $45,000. Within 13 years, along with my management team, we took that company from a workforce of one employee, that's me, to more than 3,000 employees and approximately $300 million plus revenue. Thank you. That was an excellent trajectory for the business. I had a role to play in that success. So when people ask me how I became successful, I respond that it was not me, but we who made it happen. My team of talented managers were essential to everything. Success in business is a team sport. Before I close this section of my talk, I must talk about the passion and persistence. Those are the ingredients for staying the course. They were essential because my journey was not a straight line. It was not always easy. There were twists and turns. There were some dark and desperate days, and the final destination was not certain. There were some 24-hour days and many sleepless nights. For the first several years I was in business, I worked 7 days a week. What enabled me to prevail on the journey was a belief in myself and those around me and the opportunity presented by the American dream. So success taught me to move forward, as more importantly, failure taught me to never go backward. We celebrated success, but we treated failure as an opportunity for improvement. I say to each and every one of you, students, if you have the opportunity to be an entrepreneur, grab it. Find the passionate and driven people who share your sense of purpose, share your vision, set the direction, give them all necessary resources, give them the oxygen to breathe, give them space to operate, and then work together to make things happen. I sold my company to Pro Systems Corporations, and that allowed me to establish a private foundation that supports educational, cultural, and artistic causes in the United States and around the world. Let me say this, it's America's inclusiveness and openness that provided me the ladders of opportunity to succeed. These are the strengths and the values and qualities of America that all of us can proudly and truly embrace. So part of my success, and I was able to do that because of the vision and the values that were infused and instilled in me by Aligarh Muslim University. Aligarh shaped my story. Aligarh determined my destiny. In order to do the right things, the entrepreneur leader must have the proper skills and disposition, and that's what I want to talk about. On the skill side, this is what I could call hand and soft skill. In my opinion, the soft skill is the hardest stuff, and the hard skills are the easiest stuff. Well, I have to admit that when I was a student, for a variety of reasons, I excelled at the hard stuff. I didn't develop the soft skills until I got out in the business world and had role models and mentors, and we stressed communications and collaboration. As I close my speech and address, let me offer some strategies and tactics that can be used by entrepreneurs to provide the framework for becoming successful in any startup line of business. First of all, believe in yourself and your business. Pursue your end goals with a drive, determination, and a desire, and a passion to succeed. Number two, find and focus on your niche market. Figure out early on who will be your target customer segments and a key customer within these segments, and build your business model around your customer. Deliver quality products and services that exceed customer expectations. Merely satisfying your customer is not good enough. They need to receive the unanticipated in order for them to become loyal to you. Surround yourself with the talented people. Pay them well, listen to them, learn from them, and work closely with them. As I said earlier, the business is a team sport and not an individual one. But you should never have a fear of failure. India is a market where investors have little tolerance for failure. But fear can be crippling. Put your faith in your plan and yourself and carry on. Let me say this. There is no single formula for success, however, and the future is promised to no one. Let me give you some additional advice that will be very useful in your journey to becoming an entrepreneur. Stay true to you, be a lifelong learner, create your own legacy, make it your own journey, and willing to take a risk. Stay true to you. This has always been one of my personal mantra. Stephen Jobs said in the commencement address at Stanford University, and he advised the graduates, your time is limited, so do not waste it living someone else's life. Be a lifelong learner. Study hard. But remember, the life's lessons are taught inside and outside the classroom, and they're never ending. So commit to learning at least one new thing every day, and use the new things you learn to continue to reinvent yourself. Create your own legacy. Realize that whether wittingly or unwittingly, we are writing the narrative for our lives in the way we conduct ourselves, both personally and professionally. Professor Clayton Christensen from Harvard put it this way: think about the metric by which your life will be judged and make a resolution to live every day so that in the end, your life will be judged a success. Make it your own journey. Even though I have shared information about my journey with you, you will succeed by making your own journey. My story is a testimony to the fact that anything is possible if you make it your journey. Write your own story. Create and chart your own path. Create a mission and vision and a set of values that are unique to your area of endeavor. Take a risk. Entrepreneurship is about taking risks, being focused, and being committed. It's about confronting uncertainty with optimism, ingenuity, and creativity. It's about getting out of the comfort zone, venturing into the new horizon, and experimenting in the environment. Let me close by saying that these are my thoughts on the concept of the entrepreneurial leader, the journey to become an entrepreneurial leader, and the skills and disposition of the entrepreneurial leader. In closing, I want to make one request to all of you students. That is, no matter what path you follow as an entrepreneurial leader, do all that you can to make India and the world a better place to live. I make that request because if we do it, it will ensure that a prediction that I made when I laid the foundation of this management complex will come true. At the dedication I predicted, from this management complex will come the future leaders who will make India and the world a better place. I was confident in making that prediction back then. I'm even more confident in restating it today as we inaugurate this Innovations and Entrepreneurship Center. As I said in my opening, this center will be a place for collaboration. This center will be a place for promoting 3 I's of successful entrepreneurship: ideas, innovations, and implementation. The center will be a place for cultivating entrepreneur leaders. And opportunities for entrepreneur leaders in India are greater than even before. When I left India to go to the United States long years ago, there was very little going on in terms of the entrepreneurship in India. Today, things have changed. There are nearly 2 times as many new businesses and startups annually in India as there are in the United States. Initiatives of the Modi administration, such as the Startup India, Make in India, and the Skills India, provide support for launching and expanding ventures. The needs in India in the areas such as healthcare, education, climate control, and economic development are substantial and calling out for new ideas. Finally, India is emerging as a major force on the world stage. The time is now to act. The field is yours. Your entrepreneurial leaders are the key to the future. And I know that in the tradition of AMU graduates, you will continue to deliver on Sasia's promise and the vision and the values, and use those keys to unlock the potential for India and create opportunity for all. So thank you for listening to me, and God bless you, each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
मेरा चमन